Do you guys ever make
It's
milk brick? Because I made milk brick the other day unintentionally. Because my fridge was broken, or so I thought. And I kept putting milk in there, and it kept going bad. And so I put in a ticket for my fridge to get fixed with my landlord on this awful fucking app we have to use for everything. And I got another half gallon of milk, and I thought to myself, up. If I put it in the fridge, it's going to go bad. So I should put it in the freezer, which isn't working as well as it should either, to make sure it stays cold. And I had some spicy food, and my mouth was hot, and I'm like, damn, I should drink some milk now. And I reach into my freezer, and the freezer and the fridge have been fixed. And so I pull out a solid fucking brick of milk that I cannot pour into a glass.
Did you lick of the milk brick?
No, I toughed through it.
That's like one of those. That's like one of those desserts from the early 1900s when they just got ice boxes.
Yeah. I mean that was probably the first dessert they made.
Yeah,
it's like a family's first purchase that they get in like a post World War II economy. Like they get a freezer just because they can, and the dad pulls it out and he's like, "Look, honey, you could have milk in solid form," and he starts like trying to like chisel it with a spoon, like he's.
Why I hear in New York City they eat milk brick breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Speaking of things from Wisconsin, like dairy, we have
the great transition.
That was a good transition.
Don't associate me with Wisconsin, man. I despise.
You're on the episode anyway. It's ProtestantWind is.
Kevin.
Hey guys.
Kevin, yeah. Oh,
how's it going?
Pretty good. Yeah, you had to I had to hold myself back from like jumping in on dairy.
Thank you.
That was very like courteous of you. I mean, I would have hopped in before Gus had like even opened the window to a joke before he even finished the story.
I feel like that's somewhere we can find a lot of common ground. You know, I am. I've obviously lived most of my life in Boston, but I am originally from the Midwest, and so I also have a strong respect and occasional fear of milk buried deep in my bones.
It's good. It makes you strong.
It's really tasty. No, it's awesome. Yeah. I love it. That's why I was so disappointed when I wanted milk, and instead I got milk brick.
Have you guys ever had raw milk?
I have.
I'm aware of the politics behind it.
Yeah, we might.
There are politics behind raw milk.
There are.
Dude, even if I had raw milk before, I shouldn't be saying it on here. Like they'll find you.
Yeah, it's like a libertarian thing, and also I think Amish thing.
Yeah. It just makes you really sick.
Yeah, no, it's just worse milk. But they want to prove a point for some reason. Oh, you know what? I think no, it's like now it's like a right wing like masculinity, like raw meat influencer kind of thing. Is they like raw milk, even though that's like I don't know. I like
I think it's an example of God's hubris to think you can improve milk in any way. It's already perfect. It's the best drink. If I could buy alcoholic milk, I would in every conceivable opportunity.
Because I don't think you understand the process of milk or raw milk to actual milk.
Yeah, you have to have like a raw milk guy. You like have to. You basically have to do the mule. You need a raw milk mule who's going to shove the raw milk up his ass.
Yeah, my raw milk guy got arrested by a bunch of guys wearing cow print. Now I've got to get
Oh no, what I was gonna say is that I think like all those raw meat influencers are funny because they start. It's like their initial thing seems to be like kind of fine. It's like basically like we just really like eating rare steaks that we don't sear. It's like, all right, that's like kind of okay, but then they start getting more into it. Like you think they would start. It's like, oh, steaks and then like I don't know, like raw fish, like that's stuff you can eat. But then a lot of them are like drinking raw milk or just eating like ground beef by itself.
They love butter too.
Yeah, they love butter. Yeah, that's what got Melanie Mack in the hospital. She kept eating too much butter.
Oh my god, is she okay?
There are a lot of people looking out for her, even if she doesn't like that fact.
They're praying for her.
They are praying for her. Yeah, I've posted prayers to Melanie Mack on the podcast account like a few times to see if it would make anyone unfollow.
And you mean them sincerely because you're in love with her.
I am.
You keep on forgetting to switch to your real account.
Yeah, I'd post prayers for Melanie Mac from any account.
Kevin, I hope you didn't treat my my distaste for Wisconsin as a personal vendetta against you. I just how much I despise Aaron Rodgers and the Packers has just kind of bled into like a pseudo nationalistic impetus that motivates me.
He can't hurt you anymore.
He can't hurt you.
With my love, Jordan Love will go fucking psycho, man. He'll be like the best quarterback. I will never be free. Jordan Love will be ping-ponging my balls around like they're a fucking speed bag, dude. He's gonna hurt me personally. Like, he's gonna come to my apartment and, like, shoot me in the leg.
Was Aaron... How old was Aaron? I guess how old is he now that he's left? He's
like 39, I think.
Oh, really? That's... I thought he was...
Yeah, he went into the darkness and disappeared.
Yeah.
It's not your problem.
I thought he was...
It's really fucked up that I guessed that right. I shouldn't know that.
Brett Favre was like 44 when he retired or something, right?
If you take proper care of your body, you can continue to play quarterback for like a really long time. But you also get this kind of funny thing that happens sometimes. Because like Brady had been like doing like insane psycho diets for like a decade. And so what some guys, most famously Ben Roethlisberger, tried to do is after they started getting too old to play football and their body started to get like shittier, they decided like, yeah, if I do that diet for like 6 months, it'll reverse the past like 10 years of eating and drinking like shit that I've done and make me good at football again. And it did not work. And he had like one of the best defenses in the past decade in the NFL, and he got bounced the first round in the playoffs because he couldn't fucking throw for shit.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No,
I'll show. You know how uninvested in sports I am. Is the only Minnesota Vikings player I've ever met is Chris Kluwe.
Chris Kluwe?
Yeah,
who?
He's like a.
He shows up at shopping malls like signing merch.
Oh no, he annoys people on Twitter sometimes. That's why I thought you guys might know him. He's like into. I think he's into like Warhammer and Hillary Clinton.
Oh man, just guy stuff.
Yeah, well, no, I think the reason that like people in like our corner knew him is because he like didn't like Bernie Sanders, and he's like the only I've brought up Chris Kluwe before, and Gus corrected me on if he's like the punter or the kicker. He's the one that so he's like the only one that doesn't get hit in the head a lot, so that's why he's like snarky.
And that's why he's not voting for freaking Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, that's why he's really smart.
He's got so much extra space for Warhammer lore knowledge that hasn't been knocked out by repeated subconcussive trauma.
The other person I know that's a really big fan of Hillary Clinton and doesn't like Bernie Bros is Jonah Falcon, who's the man with the world record for largest penis, who I follow on Twitter.
That is insane. I think I brought this up last time. That is an insane fake name. Get the fuck out of here.
I think it's his real name. I follow him on Twitter because he doesn't post about his penis. He just posts about like how cool Kamala Harris is and what's coming to Xbox Game Pass.
Went to Chipotle today.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, my name is Lance Warrior.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, no, it's like what's coming to Xbox Game Pass, specifically Xbox Game Pass, the New York Yankees, and then like Occupy Democrat stuff. And then occasionally there'll be someone will say like, "You have a small dick, buddy." It'll be like, "I don't think that's true."
Does he get like excited when people try to make fun of the size of his penis on the internet?
I think he enjoys it for like obvious reasons, but it's definitely not the thing that he talks the most about. He talks way more.
Can't get too excited about it. He'll like pass out.
Yeah, I know exactly. He'll. But we're this episode is sort of a redemption tour because in a now deleted episode that I tried to do with Kevin, a deleted episode because I think I somehow messed up the audio and Kevin didn't actually come through on it. And someone DM'd me a few months into the podcast and said, "I really liked the solo episode you did for the first time." And I said, "That wasn't a solo episode." It's like, yeah, I kind of just like the sort of like the rant you were going on, sort of the monologue. I'm like, God damn it. But we're doing it properly. I know how to do audio now. Maybe not well, but I know how to make people's voices come through. And
you know how to put in the bleep sound whenever we say something really funny.
Yeah. Gus, say the N-word.
No. Fuck!
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just
you buffool. They got him.
Oh my god, dude! You guys can fucking trick me with like a chocolate bar under a box propped up by a stick.
It's a chocolate bar that says "Say the N-word" on it.
But I went so this I put the things for this in show links. Kevin, I want you to read this first one. This one about Lambeau Field. It's really special.
Oh,
it's an r/Wisconsin.
Starting right off, huh? Fucking starting right off. Thank you, Charlie.
It's really something.
Yeah, it'll be something when I kill myself in front of you.
No, it's more than football. But believe me,
it's more than football. Please.
There's no more than football.
Just wait. All right, read it.
Posted in our Wisconsin by user Justice Crawl 1968.
Woo!
Human ashes scattered at Lambeau Field. Did I do the right thing? I was at tonight's Packer-Bear game.
Fuck you, Charlie! God.
Before the game, I was chilling by the statues of Lambeau and Lombardi. I saw a man take a plastic baggie out of his coat. He then very discreetly dumped a small amount of cremated remains behind the Lombardi statue. He then walked to one of the nearby planters and dumped some in there. He then walked to the Lambeau statue and dumped some of the ashes on the ground behind that. He then put the ashes back into his pockets and left. I decided to do nothing, not even film him doing it. I think I did the right thing to give this guy his privacy, even though he was surrounded by thousands of people. Did I do the right thing?
This guy's dad got swept up literally like 5 minutes after he dropped him on the ground. There are like so many janitors. I mean, like, why would you like? I get like scattering someone's ashes. Like maybe if you were like at the top, at the highest seats, and then you threw the ashes in the middle of the game, I would get that. But just like dumping them on the sidewalk.
By one of the
statues. He's been carrying those ashes in his pockets for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
He's been drinking. He wants to get rid of the ashes.
He's not following like any last wishes. He just thinks that he thinks that Lombardi would have liked this.
Like he must have been so nervous going through security, but
he turns into an immortal Packers legend who flies through the skies if he swallows his own father's ashes.
Yeah,
in the case of Lambeau Field.
Yeah, I only read the title of this, and I was expecting this to be about someone that I don't know, threw them onto the field, or like I don't know, did something with a drone to like drop them. But no, this is just someone dumping them behind a statue. It's like I haven't seen. I'm not familiar with these statues, but like those aren't usually like on. I guess maybe these were on like dirt, but like it sounds like he's just dumping them on concrete.
They're usually like outside the stadium, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, that's my experience. Yeah, I'm gonna look this Lombardi statue, Green Bay.
He had to dump them outside the stadium because if he brought them in, there was the chance of his grandfather's ashes being utterly obliterated by an errant Jay Cutler pick.
Oh yeah, no, I'm looking at the Vince Lombardi statue is like there's no like dirt immediately surrounding it. Is surrounded by concrete. So this guy was just like, it's not like going back into nature or like growing with the stadium or anything like that.
Yeah, it's like the same color. It would blend in.
Yeah, it's like it's literally just like becoming dust, like more dust.
I supported him putting his ashes in the stadium before I read this comment by WI Voter. Wanting their remains left somewhere important to them. The problem is that if it was actually allowed, sports stadiums would be filled with tens of thousands of
He's doing like a snow angel in a pile of ashes.
Just like it's like flowing through the halls. There are people suffocating in it.
Yeah, just kidding. Just like I forget it. Yeah, just It's like that Russian movie theater where they just unleashed gas and through all the air vents to take out the terrorists. It's just the ashes of thousands of fans to take down the Bears defense.
Yeah, you would not need that to take down the Bears defense.
Yeah.
There's tens of
Trust
thousands
me.
of people out there with their family's ashes who want to spread it at Lambeau.
Yeah, like running onto the stage and like ripping open your chest, and your dad's ashes are taped to your chest.
Yeah.
When Justin Fields finally beats the Packers, all of the ashes from people's dead grandfathers are going to cling to his skin like Kratos.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, this does seem like something that I initially think it's like that's crazy, but then it's like something you learn that like 9% of all Americans want is to be like cremated and spread at like the stadium, like the closest sports stadium, not even their favorite team, just
the nearest one,
just the nearest one for a team that they kind of like.
What happens when like the stadium gets demolished when the team moves? Like your ashes are just there forever, but now it's a parking lot because the owner decided to move to Vegas. That's true. The Green Bay Packers will never move.
Yeah, well, that's what when you like buy shares in the Packers or however that works, you get like some of the ashes with them.
That's what the bricks are made out of.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
The bones of thousands of Packers fans make the new stadium.
Yeah, no, Steelers fans go to Green Bay for a Packers-Pittsburgh game, and they start waving their terrible towels, and when they pull them down, they're just ash gray.
Yeah. I'll read this next one, or actually, Gus or Griffin, do you want to read this next one? My dog
I don't know how to read.
What is this one?
Something is very
wrong. Yeah, I'll read it.
That's not good.
Okay. So I don't know where to post this, so I'm posting this here because this took place in Wisconsin. I do believe it is a national, perhaps global problem. My daughter's senior prom was last night. It was beautiful and she had a great time.
You don't have to read all this. I was just looking for one that, as I was letting my dog out of this room. It looks like this was just someone's daughter was harassed at her prom.
Oh, cool.
This is an
Thanks, Charlie.
I don't know why this is downvoted though.
It's sick that you. That's really funny.
Yeah, I guess
that's
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I guess that's.
I think that's cute.
Yeah,
I guess that's the interesting part. Is
100 angry Midwesterners are like, "What do you mean you didn't accept the traditional Italian kiss on the mouth from a 45-year-old man?"
No, that's not like that's not upper Midwestern. The upper Midwestern, mating ritual is for the 45-year-old.
It's funny that she's saying this about she says the girls had requested the song "I Know Victoria's Secret" and all danced to that song while the boys stood around and booed at them. She and the other women rocked out confidently and didn't recall anything. What the hell?
Actually,
why would the boys feel it necessary to voice their disdain for a song that encourages body positivity for women?
That is, I'm coming back around on this. I thought this was just going to be like, I cut this off because I thought it was just going to be about like catcalling or something. But the men booing them is such a funny detail.
It's like dancing while getting booed.
Yeah, boo.
That feels awesome.
I assumed too early what this was gonna be when I saw it's like my daughter was crying at her prom. It's because the boys are like, it's like get out of here, you. We want
especially in a place like Wisconsin where the beauty standards are especially harsh. You know how you get treated if you're more than 300 pounds there?
Yeah.
It's really brutal.
It's not just. Gus, this is something you can make fun of me for, but in Minnesota, every August, the daughters of prominent dairy farmers get versions of their heads made out of butter at the state fair and are displayed. And then at the end of it, the families take home the replica heads of their daughters made out of butter, and that's just like the butter that they use for the next year because it's a lot of butter. I'm being completely serious.
Yeah. I would get sick of head butter after like a month.
Every Wisconsin dad is the first person to think up the "got your nose" joke.
Yeah. Well, no, this
Just
is
pulling
this
it
is
out there.
Minnesota. This is
Oh, it's
this is
Minnesota. My bad.
yeah. This is something we do better, I
Minnesota
guess.
are the exact same state.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that Charlie? Is that State Fair the same place Ted Cruz took that photo of the butter cow?
It is. That is. He was mere feet away from the butter sculptures.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Oh, I just did a
It's
Google
so cool.
search.
It's so funny that he was just like, by the way, my daughter's first name was, or my daughter's first word was butter. She's
I don't know.
normal.
I don't know why. Yeah.
You finally drag your teenage son out to do something outside, and he goes up to the butter sculpture guy and starts trying to get him to make things from Diablo.
Yeah.
I need this Warhammer figurine made out of butter. Can you do that,
Yeah.
please?
That's what Chris Cluey did. That's why he got. That's why he's not on the Vikings anymore.
Yeah.
I just sent a picture of it. It's horrifying. In show length.
I think we were making jokes on like a prior episode about like someone who was an alcoholic but drinking like only like Baileys and rum chata, and I feel like this is the sort of thing you pick up that addiction from.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I forgot that the other detail is for all of them. They have to give them really thick necks so that it supports the head, so that it doesn't just like fall apart. So they always end up looking a bit different.
I'm
Anyway.
reading some of the rules for r/Wisconsin, and there are a lot of rules on COVID-19, and then rule number 9, it just says minimizing death. Acceptance of preventable death for any reason will result in a permanent ban, which I think is a little weird to have to put on here.
Like,
and then
half like the Midwestern like hobbies involve preventable death, like snowmobiling and like overeating.
There was a clip I saw the other day. I can't remember. It was one of those like Stephen A. Skip Bayless knockoff Talking Heads guys who was saying like, is the concept of Minnesota nice preventing Minnesota sports teams from winning championships?
Yes.
They didn't have like real dogs.
They don't
on
have
the court.
that dog in them. They're too nice.
No.
Yeah.
No, seriously, they're not willing to fucking step up.
Yeah.
And then
Adrian Peterson got sacked from the team because he made it seem like Minnesota nice wasn't a thing.
It's really
Minnesota
funny
mean.
because like right next to them is Wisconsin, which is equally in the Midwest, and the Bucks won the NBA Finals like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Adrian Peterson dared to go against. Adrian Peterson dared to go against Minnesota nice.
And then rule number 10 on the r/Wisconsin is the big lie.
It's about the Holocaust.
As a proud member of the United States of America, Wisconsin values democracy as one of the greatest freedoms we enjoy as Americans. As the 2020 election has been audited, recounted, verified, and audited again, we have definitive and verified evidence that there is no widespread voter fraud. You are not allowed to spread this anti-American lie, and any support of this proven lie will result in an immediate ban. Isn't that fucking cool?
Political affiliation will not exempt any user from this rule. I like the idea.
Dude, r/Wisconsin.
Guys, I'm a Democrat, and I think it's awesome that we cheated to win. Good job, guys.
I think we should do it again.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it again. I think,
Wisconsin is behind 5 years and everything, so we're like just getting. People are still in COVID there. They're still. That's still like the main cultural topic.
They're not even on like COVID. They're not even really on like COVID there. They're on like, is it racist to talk about COVID being Chinese?
Yeah.
They're going to discover Big Chungus in a couple of months.
Jesus Christ.
That will go huge.
That's, yeah, I talked about it.
Or as they call it in Wisconsin, average Chungus.
Yeah.
Small Chungus.
In Duluth, Minnesota, Kevin, I don't know if you know where Duluth is, like, relative to...
Oh, I know where Duluth is.
Yeah, but, like, I went there, I guess, like, 5 years ago. I went to, like, a shopping mall, and, like, there were just guys selling, T-shirts, it was just, like, the troll face on it, and stuff like it was, like, you know, like, epic boss, like a win. And I think but that's what, it was, there are just some parts of the Midwest that are like that. I went to my friend. Yeah.
They just got Facebook in like 2018.
Yeah, no, exactly. They what was the other one? Oh yeah, no, I went to like my friend's cabin that was like in a small town, and they had like they had these shirts for sale that's like they're like these shirts that I think I saw them when I was on vacation in Cancun, and they were pretty much the exact same design. But it's just like fucking. It's like we're in Rochester Falls, bitch. It's like a fucking margarita. It's like all neon and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, but like the ones I saw, it's like
New
it's
Rock
like,
Vegas.
yeah, exactly. Like it worked better in Cancun. It's like Cancun up in this bitch party, but it's like yeah, Virginia Falls, Minnesota, motherfucker.
Mall of America, we're getting based.
Yeah, dude, the Mall of America is so based.
Yeah,
the Mall of America.
You can't have the Mall of America anymore.
Yeah.
What is in the Mall of America? Stores? Just like stores?
Stores, basically, yeah. There's an amusement park.
Yeah.
And then like the Apple Store. That's like the only reason that I know anyone that would actually go to the Mall of America is because it's like where the only Apple Store is.
There's no like history and shit there.
I mean, it's sort of like a grotesque history. If you,
I honestly
like,
thought the Mall of America was like something in DC.
it makes
where you learned about
thinking
history.
You're thinking of the National Mall.
Oh, okay.
You
well,
thought
those
that
are the same thing.
The National Mall should be more like the Mall of America.
It should be, yeah.
Those are. I mean, how are those not? You're saying the Mall of America and the National Mall. Those are the same. Those are the same thing to me.
Honestly,
I gotta learn about two American malls.
Yeah, it is kind of. Honestly, I think that the Mall of America kind of has the National Mall beat in terms of like which one has roller coasters.
Yeah, certainly in terms of stores and like you probably get more food at the Mall of America.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just sounding better to me.
Yeah. This is the last one from r/Wisconsin. It just simply says, "What's with all the icicles?" And it says, "This is my first winter living in northern Wisconsin. Ladysmith, Bruce, Cameron, Rice Lake area. Moved from Milwaukee area. I've noticed a lot more icicles on buildings and houses. What's up with that?" And then
I don't know what Wisconsin is.
Yeah. Then someone just says, "What's the deal with all this pointy frozen water?"
This guy thought he was trying to move to like Miami, but ended up going to Miami, Ohio. I don't know what the Wisconsin equivalent of that is.
Yeah. What's the? I don't know what the Wisconsin equivalent.
Miami, Ohio.
Well, there's a lot of schools in Wisconsin, so there probably is an equivalent.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
I grew up in Florida, so it is like insane to me the idea that there are real places out there with icicles just like hanging on shit, like you live in a fucking Peanuts cartoon.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It never snows here.
I get what he means. You think that like icicles are like just a thing that cartoons invented to indicate that it's cold.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense. It's like if you see an anvil in real life.
Yeah, have you ever seen a fucking anvil?
I haven't.
Comes to the Northeast one time in February, and his teeth start chattering like a cartoon character.
I was so cold in Richmond. It was
Richmond, dude. Come on.
I was cold. It was like 50 degrees for a little. I'm like a desert lizard, man. I'm used to certain climates.
Yeah,
unbelievable. You can't generate your own body heat.
I can't.
The comments are people explaining how icicles work.
I need to read up, I guess.
Yeah, you need to read up. But
what's with all the icicles?
The melting during the day, then the freezing at night. That's what.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
No, I don't. That can't be right.
We had that happen a lot this winter in particular, but it wasn't just icicles. It was also puddles with ice at the bottom of them, which was just like the most cruel. Really, just like one of the most cruel natural phenomena I've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The puddles that are half slush, half water.
No.
Worst.
No. I think I've explained this to you before. It was not that. It was solid ice at the bottom and then water on top.
Oh, so you just like slipped on it?
That sounds not as bad as the opposite.
No,
if I put my foot down on ice and it ends up being a puddle and my fucking foot slides through it and my sock is soaked with ice cold water for the next hour, I am killing myself right then and there.
No, it's like that, but then you can also slip on it.
Slip and like hit your head.
But
Yeah.
like you know, but it's
That's the
water
really
at the top, so you know it's water going in.
That's the
Yes,
real
but then there's
ingenious
ice
thing
at the
about
bottom.
cold weather, is you can't avoid slipping and falling and hitting your ass at least. Like,
Yeah, no, I
once.
remember going on like a 1 mile walk and slipping like 3 times while wearing boots and being like very careful. Like it seemed like I've lived in Minnesota for a while, but that one just seemed like especially cruel. I don't know why. I think I do know why, because it felt like God was mad at me.
No,
It
the
was.
fucking
Came
half
at a very
slush puzzle
tumultuous time.
so awful.
Yeah. No, that's it. It kind of broke me this summer because like a lot of people in Minnesota are like really proud of like how well we put up with the winter, but this particular winter I was like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to be proud of this.
Why would you be? You didn't do anything.
I didn't, but you have
No,
some pride in
living-
like surviving it. Oh, sorry.
Living through the people from Florida don't know. There's
I
like
don't.
2
No, I
hours-
don't.
There's 2 hours of light a day during
Yeah.
That's
during,
terrifying.
December.
Mhm.
Yeah. The water freezes. It
You
doesn't
guys
just
sleep,
come
you
out of a
guys sleep like
dispenser.
14 hours a day during the winter, right?
Yeah, I'm
to
hibernating.
preserve calories. There's not.
Yeah.
You can't like go get food.
I packed on a lot of calories before I went into my house for the winter, and I had to go out and I slipped.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm cracking up at the idea of someone like miscounting their calories before hibernating, and they just sleep for like 2 months, and then they wake up and they're like 80 pounds, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, oh
No.
dude, I'm too weak to walk.
yeah.
Oh man,
No,
I should have eaten more fish and more salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I have to go later tonight. I have to like catch some salmon from the river with my claws.
Charlie just hanging out in a river with his mouth wide open.
Yeah.
Just, like, unhinging his jaw like a snake and waiting for a fish to hop in there.
No, I'm a go-getter. I use my claws.
It would be so annoying. It would be so
I feel like
annoying.
that's kind of trying too hard. Like, just wait for it to come to you, dude.
Well, that's part of the Protestant work
Yeah.
ethic. I'm
Hey,
sorry that not all of us can be born in lazy Irish cities.
Hey,
I forget-
how do you know if a Midwesterner uses their claws to fish? Don't worry, they'll tell you.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
It's so annoying when you get in the river to catch the salmon with your mouth and you're facing downstream and the fish just all swim right past you because you forget the salmon go upstream.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, that
Like,
was
they should
part
be
of my-
running
It's
from the other
annoying.
direction.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of fish would do that? They're going upstream, like just trying to be different.
I think,
Whatever.
Griffin, not to accuse you of anything, but I think that was like a Garrison Keillor quote that you stole. I think that was one of the
guy
slices.
the guy who
Yeah.
did the Far Side.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's one of his slices of life that he talks about.
Jesus, I
No,
fucking hate slices of life.
yeah,
I was one time I was chilling at the top of a river waiting for a fish to hop into my mouth. But when it cleared the water barrier, it actually turned into a dragon and almost killed me. So it turns out that old Chinese folktale is true, and also I'm missing one of my fingers on my left hand because it got
Yeah.
bitten off by the fish that became a dragon.
So it's not just Wisconsin that we're talking about. We're also talking about another subreddit that I don't think I could segue in any possible manner, but I'll just say that it's r/Child Protective Services.
Yeah, let's go.
So what's this? This first one.
And just like in Florida, we don't have Child Protective Services, so I'm really there's kind of an information gap here for me too.
Yeah.
So, Griffin, this is really important. The icicles are a part of the Child Protective Services, right?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
That's like their like service
protecting
baton.
child.
Yeah, that's why they don't have them in Florida because they all melt. But up in the upper Midwest, like if your child needs help and they're being attacked by their parent, then the CPS agents show up with sheathed icicles and they take them out and they start hitting the abusive parent with the icicles. That's why CPS only exists in states north of the Mason-Dixie because it's too hot down south to have the icicle baton.
So I feel like
Who is Mason Dixon?
I think it's like someone you went to school with, right?
Yeah, Mason Dixon tried to drink a whole bottle of Glenlivet.
Mason Dixon really is a Southern name.
Yeah, I mean,
and that feels like that's a very
it was
like
their
football
idea.
player name to me. Like I can really, really easily imagine like somebody like Joe Buck or something, going like passes deep and it's picked. Mason
Dixon.
the rookie out of South Florida registers his first interception of his career.
Mason Dixon.
This is
Well, they talk about the Mason-Dixon line, Joe. I'm thinking there's a line that maybe Kirk Cousins didn't seize here as he tries to go deep to Osborne, but it's picked. Mason-Dixon, what a play.
This shit probably funny as hell. Opinions in r/Child Protective Services.
Yeah, I got opinions on Child Protective Services.
It's opinions ?
Oh my god.
I have a CPS case open against me. One of the allegations is true, but there was a reason. So I understand why they are investigating, but the extent to which they are investigating is outrageous. What I need is opinions on whether or not I have enough evidence to pursue legal action against the caseworker and her supervisor. First and main bit of evidence I have is that in the court papers against me, she states that I was diagnosed with BPD. I most definitely am not and have never said such a thing. I even went to the psychiatrist to get my diagnosis, which is depression and anxiety. The second was that the report was sent to the DFCS is not true. Of course it's not. The second is that the report sent to the DFCS is not true. Of course it's not, but hear me out. I know who called. The caseworker slipped up and told me also. In the court papers, it has this person's allegation. The thing is, the person only told and saw one thing. The statement said that my son had breathing issues and that my husband and I vaped at home around him. What is weird is that the person who reported this has no way of knowing that my son had asthma or that I vaped, period. But hours after the caseworker showed up in my home, she called and asked if my son had breathing issues. There are also several other things that in this report made to the DFCS that sounded suspiciously a lot like things that she has said. It is also stated in the safety plan that I have mental illness and that I am not taking my medication, for which would have to have been told by
awesome
myself.
Sentence.
Yeah.
I am not taking my medication, for which would have had to have been told to her by myself.
Yeah, honestly,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I read like she has a good case, and
hey guys,
she'll take the caseworker's kid.
Yeah. Yeah,
you should
Babylonian
be able to,
rules.
If you're trying to prove to a group of people that you're mentally sound and a good parent, how do you not spell check for which would have had to have been told to her by myself?
Honestly, I read that.
It makes sense.
Yeah, I read that and I just felt like in my bones. I was like, am I like not able to read English?
This is like how it feels to try and read when you're dreaming.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's just fucking shit all over the place.
Everybody starts with a first draft. It's not that bad.
Yeah. I've posted here before and have gotten a lot of harassment, so I'm not going to post the story due to people not understanding what I am saying. That you got the second part right.
I've posted about trying to keep custody of my kids and gotten a lot of harassment. It's such an awesome fucking thing to do.
Yeah.
Can I read this reply?
Yes, there are a lot of comments.
Oh, yeah. I remember you. Your house is considered so dirty that it's hazardous, and your son was injured from playing in the trash.
Oh, no!
I would 100% completely stop focusing on who made the report and why, and instead get my own stuff in order. There's clearly stuff you were doing wrong. There's clearly stuff you need to work on to keep your kids healthy and safe. Why are you instead wasting your time attempting to sue a caseworker instead of working on being a good parent is beyond comprehension?
Hey, guys, I don't know how my neighbor would have found out that I was keeping a plant from Little Shop of Horrors in my basement and also regularly giving it my kid. Can somebody help me out? Like, give me a PI to call or something like that?
This is bullshit, man.
Bullshit. My son loves eating the durian.
When my son is completely turned upside down with only his legs sticking out of a trash can, kicking like he's trapped underwater, that means he's having fun. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be moving that fast. He's fine.
We've had issues with flies in our house in the past, and I've gotten 20 Venus flytraps to deal with it. But apparently, Child Protective Services thinks that they're not moving fast enough and that my son is still living in filth. This is a rare example. This is another comment that has gotten 2 awards.
Wow.
It's gotten like Reddit Gold.
Oh shit!
For
I
this
see
person
it.
refuting, a Starry Award and a Eureka Award. What do you mean when you say these claims aren't true or true but have reasons? You admitted that there is truth to the claim. You say here that you and your husband vape despite your child's breathing issues. You argue that the person who made the claim could not have known that. CPS intercedes to protect children, yada yada yada. So this person just basically so it says you haven't
epic takedown of BPD woman abusing her child.
You haven't cleaned up your post history well enough. Your 2-year-old nonverbal autistic child had a black eye from the garbage on your floor, and your home was found to be in deplorable conditions. You say the garbage and laundry on the floor and that there are dirty dishes. Your son is in diapers. So does the trash on the floor also contain diapers? Multiple reports have been made. I'm not bringing this up to be mean to you, but the reality is that Jesus
I'm
Christ.
not bringing this up to be mean to you.
Honestly, I don't think they are, which is like kind of the.
I know, but you have to say stuff like that.
Someone says we don't vape, and even if we did, the person who reported would not have known about that. I love people like you who can't answer a simple question or just give an opinion on what is asked. Instead, you go on about a situation you know nothing about. There was a minor issue that I claim to be true. I'm not speaking it out. And someone just said,
why does your son have a visible cloud of dust around them, like Pigpen?
Yeah. Why does your son live like Smeagol?
Man, why does your son have an AOE of poison damage like a video game character?
Jesus Christ!
Yes.
Man, why is your son inflicting blight upon me?
Why was your son the first human in history to? Kevin, you good, man?
No, I think that was Griffin.
Oh, that was Griffin?
What?
Oh.
It was just a massive rush of static through somebody's mic. I don't know who it was.
Yeah.
That's probably the devil coming to Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And affecting all our technology forever as we get sent into hell.
Man, why did the devil turn away from Earth after smelling your son?
Man, why did God weep when he saw your son?
He smelled your damn son.
Man, did it hurt when you smelled your son?
Yeah. Who hasn't read yet? Gus, I don't think you've read yet. Do you want to read Marijuana and Breastfeeding?
My 2 favorite things.
Yeah.
That's how I break up my weekends. Saturdays for marijuana, Sundays for getting breastfed.
Nah, getting crossed on a blunt and breast milk.
Oh, dude, I woke up so youthful today. I got like 7 shots of breast milk.
Oh, God.
Little wake and bake with the breast milk.
You know, nothing gets me hyped up for a big football game on Sunday like an ice cold breast milk straight from the fridge.
Y'all ever have breast milk brick?
Yeah. Yo, if a father is the single bread earner for his family, I feel like it's not too much to ask for him to get his wife some breast milk.
Yeah. Why doesn't the wife have to be the milk earner of my household?
Dude, you know I actually lost like 30 pounds since I stopped drinking breast milk?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even really miss it that much.
And I lost 30 pounds since I started producing breast milk.
Alright, sorry, I'll get to the post. Marijuana and breastfeeding. I had an investigation with CPS because I tested positive for THC at birth.
At birth?
I've heard of wake and bakes. This is a born and bake. Fucking straight out of the womb, getting insanely high off of evil chemical dispensary shit. I'm breastfeeding and considering smoking again. Can CPS order your pediatrician to do drug testing for your baby if no case is open? Jesus Christ. So all the comments are just telling her, like, yeah, you should probably just, like, bottle feed your baby if you're going to be smoking pot.
Boo. Babies deserve to get that good leaf.
Get freaking stoned.
Yeah. Babies deserve to get high.
This is my version of being an anti-circumcision guy. I'm saying they should let babies smoke weed.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who this is? This is the parents of his father forced him to smoke weed when he was 6 guy.
Yeah.
That's who this is. Also, I love that this person's username is Worried Mama 42.
That vindicates her.
She's
She could be worried about other stuff.
Yeah,
To be fair.
I guess about
She's-
Child Protective Services.
If the baby came back THC positive from breastfeeding, what would happen? Is this grounds for removal? Save the it's unhealthy stuff, because I disagree.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's so cool.
For everyone telling me not to drive this car off a cliff with my child in the back seat, I would like to say that I disagree with your government-funded studies saying they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I just want to know if the police will take my son away.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to.
I love that one comment says, "You've definitely smoked yourself into stupidity." Boom.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Does your kid come out like a different kind of fucked up if you smoke during your pregnancy?
It'd be
Like-
really funny if they just had like the strongest weed tolerance of all time.
Yeah.
I was
Like
they took care of
literally
smoking
every
weed
like
when
you
you're
give them the strongest blunt you've ever had, and it's just like smoking oregano.
Yeah. It seems like a good way to raise your kid with that kind of tolerance.
Oh, so if I drink breast milk while pregnant, my kid will have a very high tolerance to breast milk.
Yeah, he'll need more. He'll be motivated.
He'll be a big boy.
He'll be a big boy. My cousin, who I think got into my aunt and uncle's edibles when she was like 13, and I think apparently she just called my aunt and uncle and was just like crying. It was like, what's happening to me? Because she didn't think. She thought that they just like had regular brownies for some reason, so she ate like 3 of them. And then like just didn't know what was going on.
That's sick.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What's
I never believed those like stories about people eating weed brownies not knowing they were weed brownies just because they taste so different. Like you can tell if something is an edible. It tastes bad.
Yeah, but then maybe you just think it's like a fancy brownie because it tastes
Some
bad.
people are innocent.
Yeah. Honestly,
I think
like
no people should be forgiven for their transgressions ever.
honestly,
I
as
think
like
if you do a bad thing, you should be punished.
maybe this is like a fat kid thing, but it's like I never got like why people complain about oatmeal raisin cookies because it's like it's a cookie either way. Like that's why.
Oh no, I 100% stand with you on that.
Goat meal
oatmeal
raisin.
raisin
We talking about the
cookies.
goat meal raisin?
Yo, we
cookie?
talking about goat meal raisin cookie?
Shit! I like a
But, like-
I like a goat meal raisin.
No,
But,
they're
like,
good. They're better
if
than
I was-
chocolate chip. I'll say that.
Yeah, if
I'll
if
say
I
that.
was like if I was a kid and I just had like a kind of bad brownie, I'm not gonna be. It's not like I'm not gonna like turn my nose up at it. I'm just gonna
That's
like eat a
fair.
shittier brownie. Yeah.
Oatmeal raisin's not better than chocolate chip, though. Can't
Yeah, they are. No, we're order of the Duke of the Milk Brick. Oatmeal raisin's better than chocolate chip.
This is why Gus is in such good shape is because he adopted this creed so fervently.
Yeah, I'm just biting into milk bricks all
Yeah,
the time, bro.
Milk. Yeah, he has to. Yeah, if he wants milk and cookies, he has to chisel it off.
Gotta chisel it. That's how all of my tricep and bicep definition came.
Yeah,
I was
he had
just-
to.
Yeah,
Um.
it looks like something you pick up in Minecraft. It's just a
Yeah.
solid square of milk.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna. Kevin is like has like synthetic weed. I don't know if Wisconsin's legalized weed yet, but I know like some of those places
No,
get
it
like
doesn't.
really yeah.
It's like I mean, it's kind of funny because it's like like over the last couple years, it's just like slowly gotten closer to where like now they just sell regular weed and like they say it's THCA and not THC, but it's just
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask because like I know in like small towns they just sell like weed that can kill you somehow but isn't technically weed.
What?
Yeah, no, it's like
like
you-
Delta
they have
9
all
blends
kinds of
and
stuff.
shit.
Oh, that stuff. Okay, yeah.
yeah, no, it's like it's like somewhere between weed and fentanyl.
It's
But,
like the only growth like brick and mortar industry in this entire country.
Yeah, no, it's yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
there was that big push for Delta 9 because it was like weed that wasn't weed.
yeah.
Yeah,
It is-
got them a free advertising spot on every single Barstool podcast.
Yeah,
So cool.
It's like weed that's not weed, pills that make your dick work, and
Yeah.
people who deliver food to your door every week
Yeah.
for $100 a month.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Fresher? Are you a fucking idiot who looks at a pot in a pan and starts drooling and your brain falls out of your ears if you turn your head to the side? Well, Fresher is the product for you. For the low price of $499 every single hour, every single day, you'll get fresh meals delivered right to your door.
Oh, what?
Do you
What
have
is?
do you have two sons? One you love and one you hate. And you want to feed the one beautiful meals, and you want to feed the one you hate plastic wrappers. Sign up for HelloFresh at the link below.
Uh-oh, I think someone just got a job writing for Adbusters.
Does your penis now work? Is your penis bad?
just shitty Adbusters. There's
Is your
just like
penis
no
sucks?
parody at all. Just like, I'm a fucking idiot that needs his dick to work. That's why I use these. Take that, advertising. I hate the post office.
Do you feel like a failure because your penis looks like a salad leaf that you left in dressing for too long?
I bet Mark Maron was probably so torn up when Ted Kaczynski died. Like his last ally in his battle against the post office. Because
remember when they were like gonna defund the post office, and there was like a big push from liberals like John Oliver was like, you have to donate to save the post office. Do you think Mark Maron was a little bit like, fuck the fucking post office?
No, honestly though, they were right to do that. The post office sucks now.
Fuck the post
It takes me
office.
so
Now?
much long. No, it does. It's true. It works. Nobody ever got rid of Louis DeJoy, and the post office sucks now. Isn't that the guy?
Better than ever. I love it.
Yeah.
The post office sucks.
You can only have like 5 people in the post office at a time now.
Yeah. Yes, the way you said that made it sound like the post office was like somewhere where you used to hang out with your friends.
Yeah. Me and Louis DeJoy, we used to go down to the post office.
They don't even have the good mail anymore.
Yeah. Then they kick you out for loitering. It's not
I'm like flipping a quarter up and down in like a leather jacket with sunglasses on, and I see a teenager walk in. I'm like, "Hey kid, you want to see the really good stamps?
Yeah.
Come over here."
Something that's insane that my dad told me was that in like the 80s, he like instead of like hang out at the mall, his friends would just go hang out at the airport because it was pre 9/11.
Whoa,
that is really funny.
Yeah, so they're just like where they were like in the in like the terminal.
Your dad and his friends were incredibly easily distracted. They would there's another plane. Oh, there's another one taking off. They would like run down the terminals, like keeping up with the planes.
They were like, was it Jack Lamb that said that he doesn't like airplanes, but he likes the airport?
That is insane.
I kind of feel the same way.
Wait, sorry, what was that, Kevin?
I like the airport.
The airport is not bad.
You just gotta get there with plenty of time, and then
I like.
I don't
I'm like pathologically incapable of not getting to the airport 2 hours early. I have to do it. I have to do it.
Oh no,
I
have missed a flight before. I have missed a flight, and I was like 15. I wanted to do that. I was so mad at myself.
It makes me feel like such a baby.
I did it for a really stupid reason too, which is that I got to like the stop I needed to on time, but I thought I wanted to skip the shuttle from the Blue Line stop to the airport, which is like 10 minutes. And I'm like, I can try and walk instead. And it turns out you can't walk.
You cannot walk.
There's like a giant fucking highway intercourse thing. Intercourse? What the
intercourse?
Fuck? Highway intersection. You can't cross.
Paging Dr. Freud.
I had to walk back to the fucking Blue Line stop, and I wasted like 25 minutes doing that. And that's how I missed the only flight I have ever missed. It was for my granddad's 90th birthday.
Oh no.
My parents made a really big deal about how important it was for everyone to be there, and so we were able to get a flight rescheduled to the next day. But then my sister tested positive for COVID. She was supposed to come. So get fucked, bros.
That was a whole crap.
I remember seeing your like sister's driver's license when I was staying at your house, and I just remember I remember
That's a
seeing.
really funny sentence. Out
No,
of
no, no,
Canada.
no.
That's a
I
weird, that's such
remember
a funny
seeing your
detail.
No, and I
sister's
just
driver's
remember.
license.
I can never remember your last name, and I remember seeing it and being surprised that Gus wasn't somewhere on her driver's license. That's like my only
Girl
memory of.
Gus.
Yeah, it's like what.
Gus'
like,
sister.
yeah, I was like, who's this bitch? Why does it say Gus on here? That's who I know this person by.
That's really funny.
Yeah. I
What do you mean her last name isn't Gus?
Yeah, why
With a
isn't it?
B? What?
What was I had an insane Lyft driver I guess not insane, very eccentric. It was a 60 something gay man in a Lincoln Continental that picked me up after I did a comedy show. Yes, it was a Lyft. I wasn't having sex with him.
You were having sex with him.
What?
Yeah,
God
nobody
damn it.
mentioned it, but you brought it up on Twitter,
Yeah,
so that
I
definitely means
did.
you're covering for something.
You're right. No, but he I was doing a comedy show, and he said, it's like, oh, what did you just do? I said, oh, I did a comedy show, and then he just started talking about the time that he had to get mad at Robin Williams on one of the flights he was working on, and it was a story that lasted for like 5 minutes. It was really
I wanted it to last longer. I would have
Yeah.
loved to hear a long story about getting mad at Robin Williams.
No, I know. It was insane. So he was talking about how like Robin Williams was like just drunk on one of his flights, and how he was like standing in like the threshold of like the door and getting mad. He's like, "Do you know who I am?" And then the guy telling me the story was like, "I know who you are. You're a washed up comedian that doesn't know how to be funny anymore."
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
Oh man.
And
I
then
wonder why
he
he killed himself.
If I was able to,
well, actually, that's the thing is that he was like, and then he came back to me and he said, he was like, I wanted to apologize, and I saw him a few times more. And the last time I saw him was a few years before he killed himself.
yeah,
And it
Robin
was.
Williams. Good.
But he said, it was sad, but it wasn't as sad as some other deaths because he went on his own accord. It could have been a lot sadder.
Yeah. He dies on
Someone
that
could
plane
have
because he
murdered
throws it into the jet engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a lot sadder. He could have been killed by a vampire
Yeah. Sorry,
or
what was
fallen
that?
into a big hole in the earth.
Sorry, Kevin. What was that?
Someone could have killed him. It would have been even sadder.
It would have been, yeah. And then he like, it was insane. And then he just started talking about all the celebrities that he's seen on flights and how they all fly. He was talking about celebrities he knows that fly economy. And one of them that he said, do you know why they fly economy? He said, I don't know. And he said, it's because they don't like the attention, and it's because it's cheap. And one of the celebrities I know that always flies economy is the lead singer of Kiss. I don't know his name. It says it Gene Simmons. He said, yes, that's right. Gene Simmons always flies economy. It's like, I don't think people would recognize who Gene Simmons is without his makeup on.
What if you were like
it's just
you were
like
like Gene Simmons and he's like, who? And you go, I'm with.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Oh
Like,
shit.
I don't think. Oh, that also reminded me of in my college dorm when I overheard someone say that their favorite Kiss album was the one before they put on the makeup, and I told my dad that, and he got really mad. My dad got really mad at that someone liked the Kiss album. My dad's not even like a Kiss fan or anything. He just thought that was like an extremely pretentious opinion, which it was.
That's really funny.
And then
I only like the Iron Maiden albums without Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah. Oh, and then the final anecdote that he told me was that that he was in the 80s. He was the assistant to a lot of celebrities that he couldn't tell me who they were, implying that they were gay. And he said a lot of celebrities are gay that you wouldn't think. He said, "Oh, can you tell me any?"
Wow.
He said, I can't say, it's an NDA. But I will tell you that there is one hardcore rapper that nobody would expect.
Whoa.
It's Harvey Milk.
It is. It's Harvey Milk. And now I want to know who that hardcore rapper is.
It'd be really good if it was like Tupac and he's like, oh yeah, he's alive, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know that.
And then, yeah, it's Eminem. Honestly, yeah. Well, I guess Eminem is the one that you wouldn't, I guess, I feel like you would kind of expect.
he says Lindsey Graham, and then he goes, "Oh fuck! Did I say rapper? I meant United States Senator."
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. I get those
United
mixed
States
Hardcore
up.
United States senator.
Yeah. Well, I think we're
That's
almost
an
done. Kevin, you have some stuff to plug.
Oh yeah, go check out my Substacks. We're dropping the Neo Dark Ages. It's our new story that I'm working on with
Woo.
guy. It's like America, but like in the future with no technology, like feudal America.
Okay.
Well, that
sounds
would never
interesting.
happen. Technology's
Yeah.
going to be around forever.
Nope,
Yeah.
technology's going away. We're going back to the plow and the still making whiskey.
Yeah.
Can I
That's
plug
life
something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the wheel. It's this crazy new invention.
Boo.
Yeah,
well,
Kevin, do you plug your wheel or your simple mechanism?
Check out
Well,
the incline plane. That's my favorite.
Yes.
little machine.
I'll put that
Yeah,
at the
you guys
beginning.
ever tried churning butter? That goes crazy.
Yeah. Go read my Substack too, but go read Kevin's first, because I have this podcast all the time to plug my Substack. And then Gus's Substack too. But Kevin's first. What's the Substack called, by the way?
It's like the URL is like kevinrossberger.substack.com.
Okay. I'll put it in the show link.
And you can just see it on Kevin's page on twitter.com, which will again exist forever.
Well, yeah, actually that's a good point.
Yeah. Hey, you want to plug your blue sky?
Yeah. Might be better. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.